The time of year for mentorship has coming in. Our new mentorship class will be beginning Friday, August the 16th for Level 1 students. Level 2 students, Friday, August the 23rd. And our continuing mentorship students will begin Saturday, August 4th. And we have a very special announcement. For those of you who would like to purchase the mentorship and the live event coming in October, we have a Together special where you will save $500 when you buy both of them. We have payment plans available also. You will be getting, as usual with our mentorship class, 8 hours of group teachings. That's 4 2-hour classes you meet every other week. You will also have 2 private sessions with me. For those that are in the level 1, we'll have 2 half-hour sessions with me. Those in the level 2 will have 2 45, and anybody in the ongoing mentorship will have 2 1-hour sessions with me. You can save these sessions, they're good for life, or you can use them during the mentorship journey. You will be able to come and share that community journey by coming to the event, having that community journey with the mentorship people, and I look forward to seeing you at the live mentorship at the event coming in October. Thanks, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to another adventure into reality. I am your host, Andrew Bartzis, the Galactic historian. I am joined by my intrepid friend, David Ellis. Welcome to the show, David. How's it going today?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I was actually tired earlier on today, but I have gotten my second wind.
Well, everyone, this is an open call-in show. David and I will put you under the roasting lamp, tear you up and put you back together, help you with whatever's going on. Just to let everyone know, we have our mentorship package in the QR code in the top left corner over there. And you can also combine the mentorship package with our live event that's coming up in October. For those of you who want to have a community and get that mentorship journey going, this is the package for you. With that, we're going to open up the callers. Joel, let's spin up the wheel of callers and see what the universe presents us today.
All righty. Teresa, you are on the air.
Teresa, are you there? Hi, where are you calling from? Where are you Okay, your connection's not very good. Why don't you turn off your video?
All right. Can you hear me better?
No, your connection's really, really bad. Turn off your video.
Did that?
No, it's just it's still really bad. Are you on your Wi-Fi connection or on your mobile data?
Probably on my mobile data. Let me maybe.
Yeah, it's really the signal connection is really bad.
You know,
No, it's not.
Um,
Oop, and lost her. All right, Joel. Let's. Is anybody else in the waiting room?
Alrighty, let's bring Marie in.
Marie, are you there? Marie, are you there?
Oops, I had myself muted. Can you hear me
It's
now?
okay, Marie. Where are you calling from today?
Southern California.
Welcome to the show. What do you want to talk about today? You got me and David here to help you out.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I'd like to talk about the path going forward in
Okay.
my life. And basically, like, it seems to me like one of the biggest things holding me back is the sort of energetic relationship with my mother.
Uh-huh.
And so I kind of was wondering if we could go into that a little bit and
Sure.
kind of how to reverse the damage from that or like prevent, whatever, that kind of thing.
Okay, well, tell us what's going on with your mother and then a little bit about yourself so we can tune in.
Yeah. Okay. So I think it basically started, you talk about the fetus in the womb thing.
Uh-huh.
And I do think it started there because I actually remember that. And so basically, it was like I decided that it was better for me to kind of, how I can describe it is sort of like energetically invade her and kind of step on her journey. Or maybe we agreed to do this, I don't know. But there was some sort of like invasion type of thing that I did to her to try and get my environment of the development of my body to not be a soup of emotional toxicity basically.
Uh-huh.
So I think it started then, and
Okay, so real quick,
yeah.
to replace the word invasion, that's just something your human mind is trying to attach to. When a
Okay.
child comes into a mother, all of that's agreed to ahead of time. The thing is, sometimes shit goes wrong in real life. So, were you born into a toxic environment?
Not necessarily toxic environment, but my mom had trauma when she was younger, and I think that kind of was the start of her issues and like
Okay.
maybe a lack of personality development for her. So
Okay.
that made her hard. It made it hard for her to handle life.
Okay. And so,
Yeah.
what did the traumas create in you, and how is it affecting you now?
Yeah. Um, so I think part of it was I wanted a functional mother, and so I kind of tried to save her.
Uh huh.
Um, and I've realized now that that was a huge error.
You martyred yourself for somebody
I
else.
I really did, and it was out of pride and vanity, I know,
Okay.
probably.
And a state of love too. A lot of times, that's what drives pride and vanity, is a subsection of love.
Okay. Yeah, so like what could I have done better?
Nothing in the past. It's
Okay.
about what you can do now.
Okay.
The traumas are the traumas. They're not going to change until your perspective about them can change, in which you can learn from them and flip the frequency where they're no longer a draining source, but a source of ending the trauma so new things can take its place.
Yeah, and I feel like I really did learn a lot, and part of my like a big part of me and what I'm into here on earth this time is healing and how we can
Okay.
heal individually and collectively. And
Okay.
so she was a huge, huge teacher.
Sure.
She gave me a lot of good material. and
And
and I'm
I've got the same thing from my family. They have with all of their good, their bad, their shortcomings, they were incredible teachers for me too. So
okay,
what
yeah.
type of healing work do you do?
Well, I'm working on it. I'm working on synergizing all kinds of things. So, like, my
Yeah.
biggest passion is homeopathy, but I'm starting school to go into integrative health, and then I plan to be an acupuncturist, so Chinese medicine.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So
I
planning, when
do.
would you have you actually started the school or signed up for it yet?
I'm in the process of enrollment. I just have financial aid, and then it starts in September.
Okay, so you really shortly you'll be starting the grander journey.
Yes. Yes. And so I want to put this past journey to rest so that I
Ah,
can go forward with no hangups.
I think the first thing you have to look at the victory journey of where you got to right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Your mother is no longer dominating your life and you're no longer martyring yourself for her. That's a victory. Okay?
Exactly.
You're
Hmm.
on the path to your greater journey. That's a victory. And you got to start marking these victories that have gotten you here so that you go in with to the acupuncture school with a victorious energy promoting you into the challenges which will be the next part of the journey.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay? And it's important that you write them down and actually do a ceremony of victories where you call out the victories out loud and enjoy those victories, revel in them, and understand this is your victory ceremony where all the older selves have to hear it's over, bitch. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
David, is there something you'd like to add?
Oh, there's something I would like to ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you a very surgical question. What parts of your mother are still in you?
That's a really interesting question. And thank you for asking. I struggle with that myself. This is like the whole energetic shamanic kind of stuff that I'm struggling with. I'm not sure what's her and what's me, honestly, because it's gotten so muddled.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'm working on recognizing the profiles of energy of like, okay, this is me, like, and this is her, and then this is, I also have stuff with the family that's on the same property as my mother and myself. And so I'm learning to recognize the different energetic profiles and to get more sensitive to that and to be able to, I'm trying to teach myself to let go and not get entangled. But like Andrew said, I think I have to, put that behind me a little bit more.
Well, part of the
Okay.
victories is the separation of that, is the beginning of how you separate. Go ahead, David.
Okay.
My second question is, I'm going to break this down into various little profiles, and then you can answer yes or no. Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The brain fog that you have right now, you have brain fog going on, don't you? The
Yep.
traffic jam in your head, that brain fog thing that stops you from enunciating clearly, is that you or is that your mother?
It's probably my mother.
Okay. The confidence issue that you have going on, is that you or is that your mother?
I think that's my mother.
Okay. All right. The inability to concentrate and focus on one chosen goal, is that you or is that your mother?
I think that's my mother.
Okay, right. So the way forward is to probably acknowledge those things, right?
Right?
Start passing them out, right?
Wetting them out?
Taking them out, separating them from the part that's you. So I'm going to ask you a
Yes.
few questions. You want to be the healer. Is that you or your mother?
Oh, that's me.
Okay. Do you realize to be a healer, you might want to get rid of those things? Yes or no?
Oh, for sure. That is exactly it. That's why I'm calling.
Okay. And so when was the last time you spoke to your mother?
Yesterday, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did you
yesterday.
speak about?
What?
What did you all speak about?
Practicalities of life, like grocery shopping.
Oh, okay. So, may I make a few suggestions?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I would suggest you take a book, write down the parts of you that are not you,
Yeah.
because you have inherited some of her traits. You have.
Yeah.
And the traits that you've inherited can be a stumbling block.
For
Okay.
sure.
And then you make proactive steps to start removing those traits. So for the brain fog and the lack of confidence, I suggest that you sit down and well, get inside yourself, right? And set a plan, because you have a plan, but it's kind of like a no plan, which is okay when you're coming on a podcast like this. But you're like homeopathy, but you want to become an acupuncturist, and then what? And then you're going to
No,
go.
it's a synergy. It's multi-modality healing and multi-level healing, and it's taken me this long to get the components together. But it's homeopathy, it's acupuncture, it's communication, it's relationships, attachment styles, spirituality, etc.
Okay, healer, physician, heal thyself. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. Do you think do you think that you might want to practice and be your first client?
Yeah, but that's been my whole life, David, and then my mom too. I consciously did take that physician heal thyself from when I was a teenager
Hmm. Okay,
and applied it as best I could to my life. That's what's gotten me here.
good. That's very, very good. My next question is a surgical question again. The synergy that you're creating is your creation, correct?
Absolutely.
It is completely your creation.
Definitely.
Okay. So the synergy that you're creating is designed to help yourself as well, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I would suggest, once again, that you dispel from trying to heal your mother in every way, because I sense in you a
For sure.
desire to heal her still.
Okay.
I
Darn
said,
it.
yeah, remember, you're looking forward, not back.
Yes.
So you're looking forward, not back. And so I think a certain amount of energetic distance is required if you're going to detach from certain kinds of energies.
Thank you. I
Mhm.
think the same thing. Are we talking about physical separation?
Well, it might come to that. It depends on how bad this attachment that you have is. Because there's a healer part of you that wants to heal your mother. You absolutely do. But that would be looking backwards while you're trying to move forward. Yeah. Or shall I put it in a nice way? It's kind of like I keep using this analogy, peeing with a condom on.
Totally. Totally. It's a complete utter mess. And
Yeah.
and it's polluting the path forward, and I know that. And
Okay.
the other day, like the closest I could get to like why I still might be doing it is because like maybe my inner child is just scared that I can't live without her somehow or something.
Well, you're
Mhm.
here on this podcast and you're speaking your truth, and you're talking to people, which I'm sure your mother would probably disapprove of. So I think you can do it. You know what I mean? I think you are your own person.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for your vote of confidence.
Yeah, totally
I
welcome.
want to add. I want to add something here.
Go for it.
So I've now heard you use the word synergy 3 times, each with a more empowering, emboldening enunciation of it.
Yay.
Did you realize that?
No.
You have put a myth behind that word.
Okay. Is
Let's
that a good or
explore
bad
that.
thing?
Let's explore it.
Okay.
Why that word?
Um, well, I took yoga teacher training when I was a teenager or young adult, and
Mhm,
they made a big deal about that.
mhm.
It also was kind of part of my growing up. Um,
The
yeah, I don't know. Is that good enough answer? You want
Yeah,
more?
that's a good enough. So that's the past.
Yeah.
Very much influencing who you are now.
Mm,
Moving forward, stop using that word. Make a new word,
interesting.
because there's a myth and a lot of subconscious
Crap.
processes crap attached to it too. Yes.
Okay, what
Synergy
about?
means you could heal your mom too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's helpful.
Words and our subconscious myths behind them are very, very important. And for everyone else out there, pay attention to yourself, how you use and reuse words. It's where you can tell some of the unique subconscious things that we have. Okay. So you said you took yoga teacher training. Do you do yoga training now?
Um, no, that was hatha yoga, but I grew up being taught Raja yoga,
Okay.
which is like the science of union with God, basically. It's
I'm sorry. Are you part of the Brahma Kumaris?
no, I'm part of Self-Realization Fellowship, Church of
Ah,
All Religions.
Yogananda.
Yes.
You are a student of Yogananda. I think I get it now. So I'm going to speak to you in ways that you will be able to understand. I
Okay,
assume you read Autobiography of a Yogi.
of course.
Okay, you know he had to detach from his mentors and teachers that were like family to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a lesson to be learned there. There is a lesson.
Yes.
There is a lesson to be learned there, and the lesson is you gotta. Sometimes the things that you hold on to are the things that will stunt your growth. You have hopes of changing your mother. You have hopes of building something of your own. You don't exactly know what it is yet, but it's in the birthing process. Okay? My suggestion would be that for right now, in the short interim, you create some physical and mental distance away from that situation, because what is happening to you right now is that you have 1 foot off the cliff and 1 foot on the cliff, and you're thinking, should I jump off or not?
You mean the cliff is the positive future, or the cliff is the bad past?
Well, the cliff is a cliff. That's what it is. There may be water there, there may be rocks there, but the only way you're going to find out whether you can fly is to jump out of the nest.
Totally. Totally. And that's been like a main focus for a long time now. So I'm disappointed to hear you say that I still have it in me to want to heal my mother. But I acknowledge that there's some truth in that.
Let me ask you a question. Do you love your mother?
I do, but I can't
With
save
doubt.
her.
You do with doubt in your voice.
Yeah, because I don't want to focus on that anymore.
Oh, you don't want to focus on loving your mother? Let me ask you a question. What is the background that you grew up in? I want to know.
What
Was your mother spiritual? Was she religious? What was the situation?
Yeah, my parents were in SRF. Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, I grew up in Self-Realization Fellowship Church. Both of my parents had read the autobiography of a yogi and were into that. I feel like I was really fortunate to have had that. It was a hugely positive influence on me. Now though, I wonder if okay, so there's a dynamic with my mom that this is reminding me of, where it's like anything that I'm super into, when I'm like wearing her energy or she's wearing my energy or whatever, you know what I mean by that, exchanging energies.
Yes.
It's like she picks up my interest because she's wearing my energy, and then she thinks it's hers. And then she tries to reintroduce it back to me like I didn't know it in the first place.
Can I just say something to you?
Yeah, and it's basically like a mind fuck. Energy fuck.
No, it's spiritual gaslighting. So let me ask you, you're talking to somebody who grew up in that paradigm, okay?
Spiritual paradigm.
Yes, the same spiritual paradigm you grew up in, I grew up in. Okay?
Right. Gotcha.
So I'm going to give you the advice that I'm going to tell you. Some of the advice with regard to me. I had to shed some things because the spiritual paradigm you grew up in, Self-Realization Fellowship, has become a religion. It has.
Yep.
Families get into it. Okay. It's become a religion, and they have their own dogma and their own tenets and so on. But the book that you're reading, Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda says specifically that he had to detach from the things that he knew to become self-realized. It's in the name, it's right there in the name. It's self-realized, right?
Yeah, which is interesting because I'm playing with that question too. Like, is SRF for me going forward or not? And the thing is, she's kind of gone into it more, whereas before she totally dropped it and felt like she didn't want to do it. And lately she's gotten more into it. Me, like, I remember being in this, like, even the time before this incarnation. And so you can't say that she was there first. you know and I thought I had something going forward with that I could do, but maybe, I mean, it's kind of like that area has been invaded, and usually whatever area is invaded by her, I have to just let go of, because she comes in, she takes it over, and she just kind of like pees over everything, and it becomes polluted.
What
And
is
All the
yes,
more
that is
reason to
the
detach.
and yes,
All
that
the
is
more
the
reason
second
to detach.
and yes,
Caller,
that is the second time I said invade.
Yep.
caller, what is your name?
Me?
Yes,
Tamari?
Tamari. The umbilical cord from your mother and the energy exchanges that y'all are having needs to be severed.
Yeah.
Y'all are exchanging masks, y'all are exchanging interest, and I have no idea what is going on there between y'all, but y'all need to sever, because what is happening on your side is happening on her side if she's taking on your interest. Y'all
Yeah,
are
and it's like
in a
she's taking on my whole
bisymmetrical
life
feeding
because she
relationship.
doesn't have one.
Y'all are in a bisymmetrical feeding relationship, and it's energetic. And yeah, you need to. I'm going to say this again. I'm not even, forget about the word detached. You are going to need to separate your energy from your mother, because what is happening is that you are not fully realizing yourself, right?
Exactly. Totally agree.
I want to add a metaphor here. Your
Go.
mother sees you like an amoeba in separation. You are not her child. You are her separated amoeba. Just process that a second. She is manipulatively, vicariously living through you because she has no life.
Exactly, Andrew. Exactly.
Okay?
Thank you.
All the more reason to detach.
Yes.
Okay?
Help.
Do you have
How do I
enough of
do
your own living skill? Do you have enough of your own living skills and
that?
finances to move out on your own?
That's what the college stuff is working towards. It's basically the weak link is finances for me.
Okay?
Mhm.
How challenging are finances right now?
Very challenging.
Okay? Do you have any kind of income that can come in?
Very little. $100 a month.
What are you getting your $100 a month from?
Health coaching. My mother.
Oh my! Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh my! Okay, so here are a few things that I would suggest straight off the bat. What kind of free time do you have? Are you in school? Like, what is
Not
your
yet.
schedule?
September,
So
I'm in school. I have free
you
time now.
you have free time. Is it possible for you to get some other form of employment at all?
Well, I live way out in the boonies and I don't have transportation, so it's difficult. That's
Oh,
why I'm trying to get something going online where I'm showing up more online, so I can actually take clients. Um, and so that's basically the angle that I'm working to try to move forward with my independence.
Where are
okay.
you living? What state and where are you at right now? What area?
Southern
Where are you at?
California?
Okay, and you're out in the boonies in Southern California.
Yep.
Where in Southern California?
The mountains above Escondido.
Okay, you're way out there.
Yeah.
And what's the
I'm
closest?
lucky I have internet and phone. You know, I
Okay,
don't yeah.
what's the closest city you get that's near you?
Either Valley Center or Escondido.
And they're what, a 45-minute drive?
No less than that. Maybe like 30 minutes.
Okay.
25, 30, 20, 30, something like that.
And what are apartment rentals there like?
Uh you can barely find anything for under $1,000, but I have been looking.
And you're going to go to I take it, where you going to go to acupuncture school? Where's that?
Well, first I'm going to integrative health sciences. I have to get a 2-year AA before I can get into acupuncture school. The acupuncture school is in LA, but the integrative degree is online.
Wow, that's really weird. They offer full 2-year degrees of acupuncture with no integrative thing everywhere else in the country. And that's a 4-year class you do in 2 years.
What? Because I've
Yeah.
researched and I didn't find that.
Yeah, here, I'll look it up real quick.
Oh,
David,
good.
go ahead and ask her some more questions about mom and moving out or
Okay,
whatever you
so
got.
what's the relationship between you and your mom like right now?
It's good. It's fine. And I've been telling her, you know, I've been telling her that I need to not do stuff with her, and I need to separate, and I need to detach, and I need
What
to
is
put
her
all this
reaction
behind
to
me.
that?
Huh?
What is her reaction to when you say that?
Um, she's basically fine with it. A lot of times I just write her notes. We write notes back and forth, day to day, because that gives me more separation. Was one of the reasons. But so I've written her stuff, and she, you know, she sometimes she has a hard time with some of it, because it sounds like maybe I'm blaming her or something. But she's trying to work on it from her side, is what she says.
What does that mean?
Um, well, I mean, the one good thing about her is she does have some friends that are, you know, into consciousness and spirituality and stuff. And I think, and one of them is really, really um, good. And I think they're helping her. And I don't know. I don't know what
So
else to
you
say.
actually don't need to help her. You notice that
Yes.
and here's the other question I want to ask you. Your dad, let's talk about that.
Passed away in 2012.
Okay.
I
And
think
what
she
was
did the same thing to him, though. I think she kind of was a black hole to him, and that's kind of why he had to leave.
he left her?
No, he passed away.
Okay. So my question is to you, not having all those facts on board, you think you need to leave because yeah, this is sounding a little bit cultish, a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Um,
this is sounding like energetic direction, right? And so if
wait,
you
I'm
leave,
not totally clear what you mean by that. Can you say
if
more?
let me ask you a question. If you leave, who will be around your mother right now?
The rest of the family.
So you live in a close family unit. So how many?
Well, I live on the same property. I can't stand being close to them though, so I have my own little area of the property.
I see. How many members of your family live on that property?
8.
And tell me who the 8 are. Uncles, brothers.
Yeah. No, I don't have any siblings, but basically, m- my dad's sister's husband and kids, family. So like my cousins basically, and my uncle and my mother.
Okay, so the closest family member that your mother has on that property is you, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think that is important?
In what way?
Well, obviously, you, I think to a certain extent, your mother's living vicariously through you.
Yep. Totally agree.
And so when that energy goes away, what is she going to do with herself?
Well, I've sort of tried to train her, like if like stop interacting with me energetically, connect with somebody else if you need to. Like don't
Mm.
connect to me.
You are asking somebody whose body you're dragged out of to, who has been living vicariously through you, to stop the energy tap. Do you see how that might be slightly problematic in her
Totally.
paradigm? Let me
Yeah.
ask you another question. Have you actually traveled away from the property for a long period of time?
Yes.
How
Five,
long?
5 months in 2022 I went to Sedona.
You went to Sedona in 5 months. So how did you feel?
Um, it was good, but the relationship wasn't meant to be long term. I grew a lot, but it totally wore me out at the same time because I was doing a 46-day fast on fruit juice and herbs and learning martial arts and being in a new relationship and
Okay,
a
let me
new
see if I get this
community.
straight. You were learning martial arts while you were fasting.
I know. Yes. I wasn't
Hey,
a very good
please
student
explain
because
it
I
to me.
had very little energy.
Okay, you're not talking, just so that we're clear, Tamari, you're not talking. Andrew and I have a vast array of experience in different things.
Yeah, I'm not talking your level. I'm talking very, very beginner and like just not even really. Yeah.
So explain to me the premise of this retreat that you went on
No, it was more like a dating relationship.
that involved fasting and learning martial arts at the same time.
Yeah, because that's what he was into.
Okay, so you were following what he was doing?
Yep.
Okay. So you were not realizing yourself then?
Well, it was a way, David, to break up from being here at the property and to
Ah,
try and move forward with
ah,
my life,
I
to try
see.
and be around new people. And I totally stopped talking to her completely until I started having problems with the whole relationship. And then I needed some support. And so I went back to that. And then I also needed a place to rest because I was so burnt out. And so I came back to the property. But yeah.
Ah,
I think
understood.
it did switch my life track though, because I feel like it got me out of the energetic martyrdom to my family by going there and doing that. But